Good afternoon and welcome to the preview for Sha Tin. It's an interesting meeting. It's a mix of all weather and grass. The 1,000 metre races, obviously the grass. Not a lot of depth in these races. By the time I finished doing the ratings and going through all these fields, finished up with the fancied runners in most of the races near the top. So we'll wait until tomorrow to decide whether we actually play. There are no jackpots, and we might be able to find something for a place somewhere, or a win and place, or a parlay, maybe a queue if we can find something at a decent price. We start, excuse me, race 2, race 1 unraced, so we're not interested there. We go to race 2, number 6 Diamond Angel. Now it's come back better than ever. This horse seems to be firing really well. No reason to see why it can't win again. Up 3.5 kilos is not going to help, but it was a decent run. Number 1 Just Mystere, good run last start. Purton goes on it, so that's a plus. It'll be well in the market, hard to beat. 9 Splendid Guy. It's getting close, but its racing pattern doesn't help coming from back. Solar Boy goes good here at this track, goes good on the all-weather, so it must be included. Of the rest, the couple of the gangsters are here. 12 Take the Rap, 8 Young Happy, 10 Mega the Goat, and number 5's an interesting one, Typo Fortune. Good run first up, but barrier 11, absolutely no favours. In a race I don't like and we would never get involved in. 6 on top from 193, 12, 8, 10, 5. Race 3, here's the love, finally put everything together last start. Goes up 4 kilos in this. Excuse me, Deleuze is riding well, handles the dirt. It's going to be very short, I would think, in this. Hard to beat, too short for us to get involved. Number 4, Maroon Prince. This goes very well on the dirt. Drawn barrier 5, that's going to help. Rides it a bit more patiently. It's the danger. 9 Thunder Flyer. This trialled really well on the all-weather track, so it's got to be included. And of the rest, 7 Hurry Hurry Up and 2 Forza and 6 Smart Kids. They all handle this surface very, very well. But a race with very little value in it, with 1 going to be short and 4 probably clear second favourite. Race 4, again down the straight, there only appears to be four winning chances. 3 of them have drawn the wrong side of the track down the straight, so that brings Braveness in probably a bit closer than it really should be. Same with Grimmy. Divine 10 beat them with its head on its chest first start in its life. Have to assume it's going to improve considerably on that. It's going to be hard to beat. Drawn barrier 2, no favours. Fabulous November was good at its second run back. Again, barrier 4 is not going to help its cause. It'll get back, and that's the problem. It might find a bit of trouble midfield. Access Years has got the speed, but again, drawn barrier 1, it's going to have to show blistering early toe, get across the front to get outside them. May not be that easy. Braveness has drawn the marble to get the camp on the grandstand side, and it looks the only other danger. Grimmy's a little bit on the weak side, so is Holy Angel. Can't see anything else winning the race, although Smart Planet, its trial was good, but it might be better at Happy Valley, longer trip. 13 on top from 6, 5 and 7. Race 5, this is the first leg of the TT. There's no jackpot, so we won't be playing. There's no value, although having said that, if we can find a couple of anchors, we may have a small play for half a unit, if it's cheap enough. Number 1, Spicy Siam, beat them very easy last start. Never put 2 together, that's a concern, but its last couple of runs have been very good. Handles the dirt, so that's a plus. Namjong Turbo, it's probably going to lead. It's going to have to work early from 13, but it'll get up there. Super Brand goes good here on the surface. Track works all on this surface. Doesn't race that well at this track. But from barrier 2 forward, on speed horse, got to be included. The 2's an interesting one. Swiss Dior. Burton goes on it. This is its go. This surface. Been running around in unsuitable races. Finally gets to a race that can actually win. It's 6 out of 10 at the distance on this surface. Must be included. It'll probably be only 5 or 6 to 1. Probably a bit short to be considering it as a banker or probably a parlay. If it got out to 8 or 10 to 1, we may consider. And of the rest, probably Man Ming and Gold Tartini. If it ever puts it forward again, it's run a couple of decent races on the dirt. One on top from 7, 5, 3, 8, 2, 6, 11. Race 6, Perfect Joy. This is its go. Sha Tin all-weather track. Barrier 1, on-speed runner. It'll either lead or take the sit. It's going to be very hard to beat. It won't be any price. Number 6, Lord Dragon. Goes okay here on this surface. Must be included. Follow the Wind. Just gives them too much start all the time, but it'll be running home strong late. Must go in. 12, Prince of Sunshine. Now this runs its best races here over this track and distance. It's been a little bit out of form, but it's all been on the grass. So wouldn't be surprised to see it run a race at a price. Barrier 13, no favours. But, the 53 kilos might help. There's a bit of speed here with Healthy Blueberry and a couple of others that'll go forward. So it might be able to get home into the ticky late. Of the rest, Ready to Celebrate. And Oyster's got to run, so it's always got to be included. And the 14, The Only Kid. Old dog, but does run good races here. 8 on top looks too good for these. From 6, 1, 12, 7, 9, 15. Race 7, Bright Star. It's had a heap of runs up here. Most of them have been in much stronger races than this. Finally got down to class 4 level. Barrier 2. Track works good on this surface, so must be included. It's got a good winning chance. Dashing Fortune's in terrific form at the moment. Not impossible for it to put 3 together. Junju, always running on. Barrier 2 is going to be the right draw for it. Should get a suck. Peri Peri Saffron, been a bit unlucky this season. Found a bit of trouble twice. Track work's been good. Trials are good. It's probably very, very close now to producing something. Needs a lot to go its way, but it could get it here with a good tempo. Of the rest, 1, 13 and 14 have got some place chances. 6 on top from 7. Chances to 5, 4, 11, 13, 14 and 1. Race 8. Dane Win Tiger goes terrific on this surface. Always thereabouts. Must be included as the main winning chance. There's enough speed up front there to bring it into the race. Slick Bullet. We went for this last start. It was travelling terrific at around the 600. Got a check, and then it just got its tongue over the bit, and that was the end of it. Track work's been okay since, so maybe we consider it again. Burton goes on. Bowl Mover. It goes okay on this surface. It's a little bit weak. Probably not on the win line, but could run a place. Hypersonic. This played up before the start last time. They let it run, put it in the barriers, and it stood there, missed it by about 8 or 10 lengths. It's been sent back to the trials. They just let it walk around, qualified it through, and that was it. Does run its best races here, this track and distance. Turin Pearl, All Friends, and Costa del Sol have all got some hope, but they've drawn the 3 outside gates, and that is no favour here. 6 on top from 3, 2, 5, 7, 4. Race 9, Silver Grecian, won well last time, goes good this track and distance. It's running much better races than this, and it's going to be hard to beat. Great Spirit, barrier 10, no favours for the rise in class here, but with 51.5, if there's enough tempo on, it can get home late. Lord Sinclair. Now, this has had a couple of nice trials, and it's ready to go. Likes this surface. It'll be well in the market. It's got a chance. The value runner is probably number 9, Rumba King. Runs all its best races here. It's been running around on the grass. They've got it down in the weights now with 51 kilos from barrier 3. Might take up a position in the first 4 or 5 at 15 or 20 to 1. It's got a chance to run in the money in a race like this. This may be one we will consider if we can find a couple to go with it in a parlay. Of the rest, 5 Fion's Treasure, 11 Green Zone, and 12 Supreme Falcon will be storming home late as usual. 1 on top from 10-6, 9, 5, 11, and 12. Race 10, not a lot of depth in this race. The 10 Shishwan Exec killed him first up. This is no harder. Drops 8.5 kilos for the drop for the kick up in class. That's a big plus. It's going to sit on the speed from barrier 2, hard to beat. King of Household was good first up, come flying home, run 4th. It's got a chance in this. Super Lifeline was very disappointing first up. He's given it 5 weeks off. Its track work's been really good. It's improved, must go in. And the only other 2 I think that have got any hope are 1 Exciting Dream and 11 Good View. It's a race devoid of any great depth. 10 on top from 9, 4, 1 and 11. The last race, there's a bit of value in this race. There's a lot of speed here, so we're probably looking for a couple of run-on horses. And based on that, I finished up with number 7, Smiling Watch on top. Goes okay here on this surface. The distance probably a little bit further than its best, but with the speed on, it can get over them. Olay was very good winning last start. Dropped 7 kilos for the kick up to class 3. It's been up here a couple of times before and failed. Probably going a little bit better now, and it is on its best surface. Great Sky. This has been murdered at its last 2 rides. Barrier 12, no favours again, unfortunately, and probably going to need a lot of luck. But if it gets a run through the field at the 250, it'll be storming home. Double Glory, Invictus, pace horses. Invictus should lead. With Vicky Lou on it, he'll keep driving until he gets to the front, so it's going to be in the finish. And Racing Hero, probably a risk from out there. 60 kilos in the wide gate. Percy Jackson, the old gangster, if they go really, really hard here, he may be able to find a position and be coming home over the top. Bit of value, 7 on top from 14, 9, 4, 5, 10, 1. As I said, it's not an easy card. These mixed meetings with grass and dirt, always interesting. Towards the end of the card, there may be a bit of value. We might be able to construct some tickets to give us a chance to get a decent result. Failing that, we'll pass the card and wait for the start of the international week at Happy Valley. Now, as we've done in the last, 4 or 5 years, we've very rarely bet on International Day. It's a day to watch. Too many international horses coming from everywhere. Too many favourites win on the day. The good horses usually have the wood on them. So probably International Day will have a day off. I won't preempt it too much in case there's a jackpot, and then we'll have another review of it. But going on the past, I think 5 or 6 seasons, we passed this day. So we'll see what happens. Wednesday's okay, Happy Valley. It's International Jockey Challenge, so always an interesting night. Thanks for tuning in. We're a bit unlucky today in the last in Sydney. We got there with a big result coming. We got beaten about half a length, running 3rd with a decent price one. It's actually 25s into about 8. So anyway, we will continue to strive and push forward and see if we can find one at a price to get us back on an even keel. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good luck if you play tomorrow.